Hey guys, Mount Vernon Kid here, coming to you again. How's everybody doing on their end? Hope everybody is well. Welcome to another theme Q&A. As always, I do theme Q&As at the end of the months. Gave you the announcement vid of what's the theme for the month of May, and we're going to the world of Hideki Kamiya's creation, Devil May Cry. We're going into that world. So sit back, relax, and enjoy me answering your questions. I have some questions that were bestowed on me on the announcement vid, but as always, you guys can leave your comments and questions in the section below. I will monitor them and see, and I'll answer them the best I can. As always, I like doing the theme Q&As. It focuses on just one theme. So instead of like a standard issue Q&A, I do those, but I like doing the theme Q&As, and I get a good response from them with the theme Q&As. Okay, so let's get before I get into the questions. Let's get a little bit of a kind of get my knowledge, showcase my knowledge of the Devil May Cry series as a whole. I'm a huge Devil May Cry fan. I love the series, the original series, the real Dante, the one you see in the back right here. Yeah, I love the real Dante, not alternate Dante. No, I can't accept him as Dante. Just my opinion. The original series came out about, I believe, 1999, 2000, early 2000, under Capcom. So he is a Capcom character. The world is really like kind of dark and kind of feels a little bit of Eastern European style. Like I feel that the world of Devil May Cry, they modeled the world a little bit after a lot of long-standing Eastern European cities like Prague and things like that. Like it really has that vibe, and it's a supernatural world where the demon world and the human world coexist and collide, and the demon world has tried to take over the human world, and it's always been really cool. Hideki Kamiya is the guy who created the series and the characters. So I always thank him a lot for creating the character. Uh, it's called different in Japan. It's not even called Devil May Cry. My knowledge serves me correct. It's called Hepburn Demura Debrua May Kurai. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And as you all know, the story revolves around this guy right here, Dante, who is a half demon. So he is, and he has similarities to a little bit of Blade, but not as kind of like Mr. Gloomy, like less personality Blade. This guy cracks jokes. He has a sense of humor. He is what I call the Muhammad Ali of video game characters. This guy talks a lot of crap, but he backs it up. He looks demonic figures in the eye and jokes about it, and it's just like he has this dark sense of humor. But it's a guy that you're like, that's a guy I would love to have a beer with. It's simple put. The guy was, he is his father, Sparta, was a badass too, but we don't really get to see too much of him, and that's kind of the sad part about it. Like, I really wish there was a video game, a real prequel, to showcase Sparta's side, like what made Sparta turn on the demon world to defend the human world, and him falling in love with Dante and Virgil's mother, and having kids and everything like that. But Dante is just a badass. You know, he's a great character. If somebody ever asks you, why does Dante why does he wear red trench coat? Remember, in Japan, guys, red is a heroic color. So hence, that's why he wears the red. The chronological order of the Devil May Cry series, the original, now is I wrote it down too, so it's here it is. I wrote it down just to make sure I get it right. Okay, chronologically, the order goes Devil May Cry 3. Supposedly, I believe is Devil May Cry, the anime series. I kind of flipped those. I'm not sure if that's real. Kind of, I think it's Devil May Cry 3. They chronologically get Devil May Cry 3, Devil May Cry, the animated series, Devil May Cry 4, and then Devil May Cry 2. I chronologically changed Devil May Cry, the animated series, and Devil May Cry, and flip it. But everything else stays the same, in my opinion, or even more. I even flip it a little bit more. The first game sold, was a hit, was critically acclaimed. It scored really high on various gaming networks. Everybody loved like the gothic vibe to it and the great soundtrack. That's one thing about Devil May Cry. Had some epic soundtrack scores. Loved that. It sold over 1 million units in just, I think, the first few weeks. That's pretty amazing in a sense. And one of the other things is, get this, Devil May Cry at first was intended to be a sequel to Resident Evil. Can you believe that? But the turn of it just didn't, wasn't going with Resident Evil. So yeah. The other big thing is that Devil May Cry is the beginning, is the prime beginning of the subgenre of action games, which is called extreme combat, which is basically the type of games that we have where it's these very powerful heroic characters battling hordes of enemies, such as games like Bayonetta, God of War, I said Bayonetta, yeah. I'm trying to remember the other game. Damn it, what's the I guess you could say Darksiders in a sense, but a lot of games like that where hordes are coming at you and they have these extreme attacks and things like that. So definitely, basically, guys, Devil May Cry is a series that has spawned it over the course of different genres and mediums. It has gone from video games, animation, comics. Yes, there are comics, novels, but yet to go live action movie. And I'll get into more of that later in what we have in store, what you guys have in store for me. But as always, guys, just wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up, some knowledge of my knowledge of Devil May Cry, and some of the stuff. Yes, I had to write down just to remember. I don't rehearse this stuff, guys. I just go off the top of my head. But the Omni Geek High Lord of New York is here to deliver another good theme Q&A, and I hope everybody who watches and enjoys it, asks your question about Devil May Cry, fine. So let's get into the questions, and let's see what we got. All right. So let me see. There's a question. All right. So like I said, I'm going to start with the questions that were bestowed upon me with the announcement vid that I did a while back, that had all the comments, left your question to come. I'm going to go the newest comments to the last, to the newest to the oldest. I'm not going to go oldest to newest. I'm going to go newest to oldest. And pretty much a lot of my subscribers, thank you guys so much as always. Let's get right into the show. All right. So we start off with the newest comment first, coming from the Princess of the Geeks, my friend Serena Sampson. Just a all-around cool girl. Hope you are enjoying Ex Machina. I know you're out seeing it because I just see it right now. You just sent these questions 20 minutes ago. I don't know how you did it. You probably did it in the movie theater or not, but you're not supposed to be using your phone in movie theaters, right? Yeah. But 22 minutes ago, she just sent me some questions. As always, 4 questions. So let's do it. All right. First question is, what is Nero to Dante? As always, like I said, these questions can protrude to the whole Devil May Cry universe, not just Dante. Nero. Okay, what is Nero? All right. Nero first appeared in, as you all know, Devil May Cry 4. He was a new playable character, and let's face it, he had a lot of characteristics of Dante and his brother Virgil. You know, it's always typical with the Sparta bloodline. They all have the white hair, kind of like you know, kind of look a little bit albino, but not too albino. But it's always the white hair that sets them apart. Now, we didn't know too much about Nero's past, that he grew up in an orphanage and things like that. But Nero, and this is from source material, and pretty much later on it was announced and confirmed that in one of the novels, the Devil May Cry novels, it was hinted, Serena, that Nero is related to Virgil and Dante, but he is Virgil's son. Yeah. Now, if it was in the Devil May Cry novel, but then later on, it was confirmed at one of those big expos, those Capcom expos. I think the Captivive 2099, I believe, where they announced one of the person who works for Capcom, who worked on the game and everything like that around it, he announced it. Yes, he is related to Virgil. So Virgil is Nero's father. So Dante is Virgil's uncle. Sparta is his grandfather. Pretty much, and it was some sense you could tell that they were related, that he is related to them because of he was able to use Virgil's sword, Yamato, and you know he had the devil arm and things like. It's like, yo, he's not human. He's not human. So yeah, and other than that, he was able to kind of stay toe to toe with Dante for a short while. So it's like, yeah, you can't be human and be able to do that to a degree. Okay, so yeah, so that's who Nero is, guys. Serena, your next question: should Nero star in another game? Yeah, I think it would be cool to see what's going on with Nero. Like, what's he doing now? What's going to bring him back into action? You know, is he going to continue to fight just like, you know, his uncle does? You know, the reasons why his uncle does the things he does. You know, he's like a paranormal detective, but he hunts devils and demons because of what happened to his mother. His mother was killed by demons. So, like I said, there is similarities between Dante and Blade, but then there's a lot of differences as well. So, but yeah, I think there should be another game for Nero. Your next question is, Dante and Inuyasha meet. What happens? Ooh, good question. Be really interesting to see, you know, pretty much these two half demons meet. You know, it'd be interesting. You got a modern half demon and a ancient half demon. You know, feudal era, you know, Japan demon. You know, and you know, one's, you know, I think they would, Inuyasha maybe. I wouldn't, because Inuyasha's kind of headstrong sometimes, and he jumps into battle before thinking. I think he would try to attack Dante, but then maybe not when but I think he would understand, you know, kind of have a kindred spirit in Dante in a sense because of being half demon. But then there's some differences because hence, you know, Dante doesn't lose his powers, You know, when he's when you know he doesn't lose his powers. Inuyasha does. You know, at a certain during the full moon, you know, they half demons in the Inuyasha world lose their demonic power. Inuyasha doesn't. And I think it would be interesting to hear, you know, Dante explain to Inuyasha. Yeah, look, I was in control of my powers since I was 8 years old, and it's true. That was true in the first game when Trish, you know, was testing Dante when she threw his own sword at him, stabbed him, shocked him, threw a motorcycle at him, and he pulls the sword out, pulls his own sword out, throws it down, holds his I think it was Ebony he was holding at her, and just said, you know, nice try, and he literally said the words that I just said. He was in control of his demonic power since he was 8 years old. That's saying a lot, and just shows you, damn, you know, at that age, wow. So I think there would be a kindred spirit in them. You know, I think Dante would be really interested in Tetsaiga. Like, wow, that's a badass blade. You know, that's a cool blade. You know, and I think there would also be some similarities between brothers. But like, you know, I can understand you with your brother. My brother's kind of a douche too. You know, he's kind of a dick too. You know, but I think there would be a kindred spirit in between them. They would fight maybe, but then, you know, realize that, you know, hey, you know, why are we fighting? Dante would probably be like, dude, why are we fighting, dude? Like, you know, Dante's got that laid back attitude. You know, he's just like, yo, dude, like, come on, why are we fighting? So yeah. And your last question, Serena, is should there have been a game about Sparta and what led? I just talked about. Yes, I really wish they had went into like Devil May Cry, Sparta's origin, the origin of Sparta, you know, something like that, you know, where we get a sense of who Sparta was. Because in the first game, we only get like a little glimpse of what he may have looked like. We don't really get to see him really a silhouette, but more of just like, you know, they tell the kind of the story of a little bit of him, but still doesn't understand what really led him up to being the demon knight and why he turned on the demon world and things like that. What changed his mind, you know, and I think it would be cool to see that. Maybe a little bit of a love story, or maybe a little bit of a vibe. I can sense it being a little bit of a vibe of kind of putting a little bit of a tease of Silver Surfer, like why he turned on Galactus to protect Earth, you know, of sensing that, yo, you know, the humans are, there's a good essence of beauty in the humanity, as well as maybe him falling for, you know, Dante and Virgil's mother, who Trish looks like. Trish looks like Dante and Virgil's mother. That's who Trish is. She's not who she is. She is a demon, but that's her face. She looks like Trish. That's how Dante and Virgil's mother looks like. Okay, so yeah, I think there should have been a Sparta origin game to really understand who Virgil and Dante's father really is. So yes, indeed. Next up is Matt Murdock. Okay. Dante meets the turtles. What kind of pizza do they order? Yes. Okay. Dante is a huge pizza. He loves pizza. That's pretty much his favorite food. That, strawberry milkshakes, things like that. He's all into that stuff. I think it'd be standard, you know, pepperoni, sausage, probably the works, you know, nothing crazy like Mikey and the Turtles like to do and, you know, put all these other, you know, condiments on it. No, they'll just stick with it. You know, I think you know, Mikey would try to get Dante to eat, you know, hey, try this, you know, sausage and peanut butter or something like that. And, you know, I say Dante would try it, but it'd be more like, dude, I'll just stick to the natural stuff. You know, I'll just stick to the regular pizzas. So yeah, that's a good one. So thank you. By the way, Mr. Murdoch, loved your series. I love you as a character. You're one of my favorite Marvel characters. You're second to Spider-Man on my top 10 list of favorite Marvel characters. So yeah, you're up there. All right, next up we have Miko Tramil, and he asks me, tell me how far did you get on each of the Devil May Cry installments, from 1 to 4. Beat them all. Yeah, beat them all. Took me a while, but I beat them all. The easiest one for me to beat was 2. 2 was extremely too easy. That's my least favorite out of the original series, 2. They sensed, because they basically say, you know, this is Dante older now, you know, but I'm like, when I played it, I'm like, this is not Dante. It's like, he's not cracking jokes. He's just really serious. I'm like, what the hell? Like, and then the extra character, Lucia, I believe that was her name. You know, I could care less about her. I was like, you know, but I beat them all. I beat them all. I'm playing them now. I have replayed them. You know, especially try to play them on hard and things like that. It's like, oh my God, those are the challenges right there. Good stuff right there. But yes, I've beaten them all. I've beaten them all. I want another game, a real Devil May Cry game in the original universe, not in the alternate universe, what the Ninja Theory DMC game is. You know, no. Number 2, you asked me. Yeah, see, you were only supposed to ask 2 questions, Reno, so I let you slide on that one. But since you wrote those questions like 22 minutes ago, like I said, I don't know if you were in the movie theater when you did it, because you're not supposed to be using your phone in the movie theater. It's pretty funny. But your next question, Nico, is who do you think would be able to control the symbiote the best, Dante, Virgil, or Nero? It depends, because the reason why, because if you're not keeping up on what's going on with the symbiote, it's hard, because the symbiote is not what it is anymore. The reason why, and I love kind of, you know, it's cool what Bendis did. You know, Bendis really went into detail of why the symbiote takes on like these demonic forms that you can probably see in the back with like Carnage and Venom at times, is because of the person. The person, the symbiote is actually conduit of peace. You know, hence that's why now Eddie Brock, why the symbiote looks like it looks now. You know, but even still, I think they all could control it pretty well, you know, because of their half demonic side, you know, would probably overpower the symbiote in a sense, like, whoa, okay, you know, I commend you, you know, but that's just me. Next up, Mr. J, from my friend Jeremy. As always, guys, follow Mr. J Comic Reviews. You know, he's a great guy. You know, he's like a little brother. You know, he's like a little brother that I'm always, you know, keeping tabs on, in a sense, and, you know, wondering how's he doing it. Like I said, when I start getting really close to some friends I've made on YouTube, I start to really kind of keep tabs on them, in a sense of, you know, as family. Start looking at them as families. It's hard to explain, but, you know, Jay is like one of those kind of brotherly figures that I have. But he asks me, what would you like to see a follow-up game starring Nier? Yeah, like I said, once again, Jeremy, yeah, I would love to see a follow-up game to Nier. What's he doing now? How's he getting on now that he's carrying his father's sword? Now he has Yamato. You know, he has the sword. Remember, at the end of Devil May Cry 4, Dante gave it to him. He's like, here. He's like, you hold on to it, kid. You know, his uncle gave it to him, you know. So I would love to see a follow up to the games. And once again, guys, if you're keep the questions coming, I'll get to your questions soon as possible. So you can ask questions, continue to ask questions, no matter what. I'm just finishing the questions that were gave to me in an announcement vid. Okay, so just keep them coming. I'm gonna try to go as well. Haven't even hit half an hour yet, so let's go. Especially if you're on the Eastern Seaboard as me. But next up, Jay, you asked me number 2. I always liked Nero. Dude was a badass, and the Red Queen was a cool weapon. Yeah. Sorry. That's a comment, a statement. Yeah, I thought his sword was cool. Like he had like that mechanical sword, like he could rev it up. I thought that was really cool. Like it had like a motorcycle rev where he and then he rev it. It was cool. I thought his sword was cool. But now he carries his father's sword because Virgil is his father. But what? Oh, your next question is, what would you like the game to be about? Um, that's a hard one. I think it would be more follow up, like what's going on with Nero, like what's he doing? Um, Probably maybe taking down the more factions of the Order of Sparta because we found out they were kind of evil, so things like that. I think that's where I would see a direction of what Nero would be going now. It's following up with the Order of Sparta, following more disciples, like finding out that the Order of Sparta is bigger than we thought it was. Kind of like they're like Hydra in a sense. So he's taking down Hydra in a sense. So I can understand that'd be kind of cool. So yeah, that'd be kind of cool and interesting indeed. Uh, and that's it. That's it. So thank you, Jay, for the questions. Uh, Next question comes from Perry King. What would happen if Dante met the spirit? So what if Dante met Will Eisner's baby, the spirit? I think Dante would be pretty interesting. I think he would find him kind of cool, but he just like, I think Dante would respect the spirit in a sense, like, hey, you're pretty cool, I think he would literally say, Dick Tracy with a mask, cool, you look cool, dude, something like that, I think that's how I would sum it up. Next question, Omnitron 12345. You asked me, do you think Sparta as a fallen angel being nearly fully angelic or demonic would be interesting taken with Dante having more of a taste for angelic weapons, whereas Virgil for more demonic weapons? Oh, okay. Because if you look at it in the original games, Dante has a lot of angelic weapons, like weapons that seem like more angelic, while as Virgil seems a little bit more. And once again, and then of course, then like I said, I've rarely played the DMC game, so I just didn't want to take it as it is because when that game first came out, it was really more like them saying like this is a reboot of the Devil May Cry series, and I'm like, fuck that shit. No, it's not. No, it's not. So anyway, I say a little bit of both. I think Sparta is like a little bit of both. He could be angelic, but he can also be demonic. I mean, he is the demon knight. He is demon. He comes from the demon world. So things like that. So I give it a little bit of half 50-50. Do you think Dante and Deadpool, in terms of supporting characters and overall style, are more similar to each other than just red suited guys with using guns and swords? Well, there's a reason why Dante wears the red trench coat. That's a heroic color. Wade's not fully red. It's black and things like that. But the supporting cast, I say Dante has a better supporting cast because they can stand on their own as well. You know, with Wade, Weasel is kind of like, you know, it's like, and things like that. But there are more similarities with Blade and Dante than Deadpool. No, sure, there's the similarity with the you know, the dark humor, but and you know they both carry guns and things like that. But I always looked at Dante and Blade more of similarity, especially when you look at their background. But there's also some differences as well. But I can see where you're going with that as well. Okay, Darth Venom asks me, what would Dante think of Batman, Punisher, Deadpool, Judge Dredd, Terminator, Solid Snake, and Master Chief? Damn, that's like a lot of questions in one. That's like 5 questions in one. But I'll answer it. I'll allow it. Batman. Uh, I think Dante would get a kick out of his rogues gallery. I think he'd get a kick out of probably some of the supporting the other Bat family. I think Dante would try to hit on Barbara, maybe try to hit on, even though she's not fully a Bat family member, but try to hit on Batwoman, and then find out that she's gay. So it'd be like, damn, you know, or, you know. I think he would be interested in, like, you know, you're pretty cool. You know, I think he would love the Batmobile. Like, dude, that's a badass car. You know, I think he would literally just beat the hell out of the Joker and be like, dude, you couldn't do that? Like, it only took me like a second to knock this dude out. Like, you know, and you put him in here and he gets out. I think Dante would question a lot of the stuff, especially with Joker and Arkham. Like, why don't you lock this dude up somewhere where he ain't getting out? You know, or Dante would be like, why don't you just kill him? You know. Punisher, I think Dante would just be in awe. Frank be like, now, I like this dude. You know, take no prisoners. I like this. Wade, I think he'd be like, I could see a little bit of myself in there if I went crazy. But yeah. Judge Dredd, I think he'd be like badass cop with a kind of with maybe a little bit of a superiority complex, like, you know, I am the law, like, you know, I'm the judge. I am judge, jury, and executioner. I think he would love his gun, though. He would love that, and of course the law master. I think he would love that. Terminator, same. I think with Judge Dredd, Solid Snake, badass soldier. You're like, you're a one-man army. I like you. And Master Chief, he'd be like, my God, you're fucking huge. Yeah, because I found out from my brother that Master Chief is 7 feet tall. This he's a giant. It's like, and so I'm like, he would look at Dante and be like, damn, you're fucking tall. Like, you ever thought about getting into wrestling or something like that? It's like, I think it'd be cool. And you ask, how would Dante react to the characters of Kingdom Heart? Kingdom Heart. We're talking about the Disney characters, because I think he'd be just like a talking duck. That's interesting. But if he's talking about Ahsoka and all those, I think he'd be cool with them too. You know, like, I can help you out. All right. 58, 56, HHH. If you're, in your opinion, can Dante beat Kratos? The ever debates of Now, both are half breeds. One's a demigod, one's half god, one's half demon. Yes, remember, Kratos is Zeus's son, so he's a demigod, but he's also a Spartan. Legendary warriors. He's a Dante, a modern age badass half demon, powerful half demon. Let alone let's put it like that, because there's only like a certain degree. Sometimes people, when you say half demon, there's only a certain amount of level that they can go, because they're not full demon. But Dante is half demon, and he is on a different level when they talk about half demon. That fight can go either way. Um, can both be killed? Yes. Uh, so I'm gonna call it maybe even by this much, but I do think Dante has a good chance of beating. Uh, he could beat Kratos. He could, if he wanted to. If he got really dead on serious, he probably could. That's just me. How would you? How would natural? How would a meeting between Virgil and Ryu Hayabusa go down? A lot of meetings so far. A lot of questions where these characters are meeting other characters. Um, you got the leader of the Dragon Clan, Ryu Hayabusa, who is half dragon himself, like he's a half breed himself, and Virgil meeting this guy. Oh man, Virgil's always been about power, and he would see the Dragon Blade as something I want to get my hands on, and the power that Ryu Hayabusa wields, and there's gonna be a fight. There's gonna be a fight. There's no question about it. Not even just like nice to meet you. No, it's flat out fight. You name it. Next questions come from Dylan Malone, 14. Would you like to see another human devil hybrid later down the line? You're talking about another human, another Sparta bloodline, someone in the Sparta bloodline. Hell yeah, I would love to see. I mean, it'd be cool to see, somebody, another relative of Dante or Virgil. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe Dante has a child with Trish or somebody like that, and we get to see Dante and Trish's child out, or I don't know, because Mary or Lady, she works with Dante and Trish, but she still has kind of a iffiness with demons and stuff. But if anything, I would want it to be female. I would want a female demon, demonic half demon, hybrid. Like I said, Dante having a daughter, be like, ooh, like, yeah, okay. And she has her father's sense of humor, but she has also her father's sense of humor, her father's power, and her mother's abilities. Like, let's say if it's Trish, she can able to control electricity and stuff like that. So she'd be like a Kuksine. So it'd be kind of cool. That'd be pretty badass. I would like to see that. Since Virgil is Nero's father, see, there we go. Somebody else knows. Do you want to see Dante have a child on his own, and and like I said, I just went into detail about, yes, love to see Dante, original Dante, this bad boy right here, have a child. Basically, I want it to be female. Why female? I would want to see, look, I'm all for equal opportunities, but I think we need more badass female characters in video games. We got a lot of them, but they also play more of a supporting cast. But I want them in their own game. Like, look at all the female characters in Mass Effect, badass characters, but they are supporting characters. Sue Shepard, they're great, but you'd want to see them in their own series or something like that too. You know, yeah, we got Laura, we got Ruby Malone, you know, from Wet. We got Lightning, we got you know, Chung Lee, Mai Shiranui, Sonya Blade, you know, all those characters, you know, hell, Samus herself. But I would want it to be definitely female. I would want Dante to have a daughter, just, and she's got the white hair. There was an image. I have an image. I saved it. I have this image saved where it's a female-looking Dante, and I was like, that's how I'd picture Dante's daughter to look like. Long white hair, carrying daddy's sword now. You know, either carrying also ebony and ivory, and you know, trench coat, and just living up to her father. Like, yeah, you know, but looks a lot like Trish too. So yeah, so it'd be kind of cool. I definitely want that. Lacanis, hey, how you doing? You asked me if you could choose a crossover between the Devil May Cry and another video game comic universe. Which would you like to see, and which form of video game crossover, etc., etc.? Okay, first of all, which series would I love to see Devil May Cry crossover with, or a video game or comic? I'll go video game with this one. Ninja Gaiden. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Dante and Ryu Hayabusa teaming up to fight a common enemy. Holy shit, I would have a freaking orgasm on that one. I actually found on DeviantArt, and I put it on my Facebook page. And somebody put together back to back Ryu Hayabusa and Dante back to back, and I'm like, a crossover I would love to fucking see. Yes, indeed, I would love to see that. I would go crazy for that. Anime wise, looking at my anime collection, so that's a hard one. That one's a hard one because there's so many. Comic wise, like to see Dante and there's a couple. Dante and Spawn, Dante and Blade, Dante and Etrigan, Dante and Ghost Rider, Dante and Witchblade, Dante, Devil May Cry crossing over with the Darkness. Anything that'd be cool. I'd love to see that. Your next question is, would you be interested in a game about the events between Devil May Cry and the older Devil May Cry series in the style of the original game, not the reboot? So basically, you're talking basically a crossover between the Prime universe and the alternate universe coming together. I wouldn't be against it, you know, because they did that kind of with Sonic. They had the old Sonic meeting the new Sonic in the game Sonic Generation. I wouldn't be against it, you know, seeing real Dante look at alternate Dante and be like, I think he would laugh at alternate Dante. Like, I think he would say to Trish, like, why do I look like a heroin addict? Like, you know, something like that. Why do I look like that's supposed to be me? Like, you know, why do I look like a heroin addict? You know, just because he does. Like, alternate Dante looks like a heroin addict. I swear, like, he just got off the stuff. It's just like he's just getting off that narcotic. It's just like, oh God, you know. But I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't be against it. Well, Senpai, bam, what's up? How would you feel about a Devil May Cry game with Virgil as the main character? Would not be against it either. Because in the Devil May Cry 4 collector's edition, a special edition, you're going to be able to play with Trish, Virgil, and I believe Lady. I think it's just Virgil, but I wouldn't be against it. See what, a game with Virgil, it'd be cool. Definitely. I wouldn't mind that at all. What weapon would you give Dante to use besides the ones he's used in the past? If he could use it, I would love to see him use Tetsaiga. If he could use it, I would love to see him use Mjolnir. If he could use it, I would love to see him wield Guts's weapon, the Dragon Slayer, his big sword. If he could use it, one of the Shishigami's Zambatos. I don't care which one. Zemimaru, any one of them, I wouldn't mind. I would love to see him use, definitely. So yeah, there's a couple weapons. I say even if he could use it, Soul Calibur. Red Thunder Dragon. Next question. Oh, but thanks to all the people that I answered the questions for, I move on to the next. And we are now hitting the first. We're nearing the first hour and a half. Keep them coming, guys. Like I said. Red Thunder Dragon. What would Dante say to the Sailor Scouts? Oh boy. Come on, babes. Let's rock it. Just something like that. I could just literally see him. I could see him hitting on some of them. I think he would definitely hit on Sailor Jupiter, my girl. That's my girl right there. I think he would definitely hit on her big time. Like, yeah, I like this one. Like, so want to get some pizza, or something like that. It'd be cool. Dante meets Ghost Rider, Raven, Etrigan, the Spectre, Blade, and like I said, fight Blackheart. Will probably be able to kill him. He'd be cool probably with Etrigan. I think he'd be cool because Etrigan rhymes everything. He'll be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna drop the beat on you. Now hit me with a bass line, and because that'd be pretty cool. The Spectre, he'd be like, whoa, okay. Blade, he'd find a little bit of a kindred spirit in him because he would understand Blade's understanding of why he does what he does. Raven, like, you gotta loosen up, girl. Like, but also Dante can be serious too. And I think he would understand too, is like, look, I can understand my father's demon as a demon too, but the difference between my father and yours is your father is trying to influence you to take over the world. Fight him. And I think Dante will respect Raven on fighting her father on that, and be like, look, I'm not like you. I don't want to be like you. I like being around my friends, the Titans that are my family. They're like family to me. So like Dante would definitely be on par with that. As for Ghost Rider, he would definitely cool bike. Like, he's just like, can I ride it when you turn? Things like that. So yeah. Shadow Goff, what up, Devin? Hello, my fellow New York brother. What's up, Devin? What would you like to see in a real Devil May Cry 5? What's going on with Dante and the gang and the ladies? Like, what are the new adventures they're getting into now? Dante's got to be older, or something like this. Is there some? Could there be a relationship between Dante and one of the ladies? I think it'd be kind of weird for Dante and Trish, because he'd be like, I can't get involved with you because it'd be like I'm kissing or having sex with my mother. Because Trish looks like his mother. It'd be like, ugh, it'd be kind of, no, but I really like to see that, like what adventures they get into, maybe the fact of, maybe Dante, his demonic powers are getting stronger, and maybe the demon side is looking at that like, woo, maybe we can sway him to help us, things, something like that. But or maybe even go more into a frame job where we maybe see maybe the angelic side, like the other side of the demon world. Like we don't see the angel world, and maybe the demon world wants to cite a war. This is how I would do a Devil May Cry 5 in a sense. Heaven and hell, the war between heaven and hell gets so intense that heaven, the demonic side, sent a coup into heaven, kills a heavenly figure, but the demon, once again, taking a little bit of glimpse of 4, but looks like Dante. Looks like Dante, and heaven starts coming after Dante because of what happened. So it's now Dante now and his allies now fighting heaven, not just along with the demon side, to clear his name, and hence the other people have to help him out. His nephew gets involved. Maybe his nephew gets involved as well, but it's almost like this is how we're going to get the son of Sparta, and we're going to really, because it's like he is the one element that keeps us from taking over the world, really. So now we have him, something like that. That's how I'd do it. And that came off of the top of my head. So yeah. How interested would you be if Dante met one of the feudal era demon hunters, like Soka Samosuke Achi from the Ama? Oh, that'd be cool. I would love to see Dante meet one of the demonic, the demon hunters from Onimusha. That'd be great. I think he would fit right in with them, especially from the last Onimusha game. There, the main character in that, because he's half demon himself. He's half Oni. Oni are Japanese demons, so yeah, it'd be cool. Next up, Green Flame Dragon 270. What music would Dante listen to? A lot of hard rock. You name it. Death metal, Disturbed, there's so many he would listen to. A lot of hard rock, maybe a little. I think I can see Dante listen to a lot of different types of music, but a lot of rock, death metal, hard rock metal. Megadeth. All them great, gritty hard rock bands he would listen to. Definitely. But there'd be a lot of different. I mean, I think I could see Dante listen to a little bit of hip hop as well, like a lot of alternate rock as well. But he would listen to that. There's my phone going off. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. It's my phone. Let's see. Next up, you asked me, what car would Dante have? We never really see what type Dante driving a car. He likes motorcycles. But if anything, like I said, Dante would love fast muscle cars. I think he would love muscle cars the most. So Mustangs and things like that, maybe GTOs, He would love stuff like that, definitely. Burnouter 7. How much would Dante be hitting on female superheroines of the Marvel Universe and DC? A lot. He would hit on he would be hitting on them left and right. Even if they're married, he would, okay, I'll stay with. But if they're not married and they're single, they're not really in a committed relationship, he'd be hitting on them like it'd be like a dream. First of all, Dante's not a pervert. All right, he's not a pervert like someone say like Pervy Sage, you know who, Master Roshi, people like them, those guys are perverts. But he's not a pervert. But I think he would hit on them like, "What's up, hey babe?" He likes to call women babes. Look in Devil May Cry 3. He's hitting on Mary while they're in a gunfight. And he's like, "So, what's your name?" And they're shooting everything. And she's like, "What does it matter? Like, you want to call me whatever you want." He's like, "I want to know your name. Like, come on." And he's like, "Okay, I'm just," it was funny. Dante's like that. What would you think of Dante? What would Dante think of Superman, Danny Phantom, Ben 10, and the crew of the Normandy? Once again, a lot of questions, a lot of them. Superman, dude's a Boy Scout, right? Strong Boy Scout, but it's cool. Danny Phantom, you got spunk, kid. I like you. Same thing with Ben 10. Like, so what else can that watch do? The Normandy, Dante would have a blast on that one. I think he would fall for Jack. I think he would be. Jack would probably be the girl he would go to the most. Like, he would even like, so babe, like, how much ink you got on you, something like that. There's a lot. The Undertaker. Greetings, mortal. What would the sons of Sparta think of the Brothers of Destruction? What would the son of Sparta think of the Brothers of Destruction? Undertaker and Kane. Well, they'd be like, oh, they're cool. I like the gimmick. Like, you like the gimmick, right? They're not really demons, so we're half demons. They're not. They're just playing demonic characters. We're not. So yeah. But I think they would try to maybe start comparing each other, like, which one are you mostly? Well, Dante would probably say, well, I'm not neither one of them. I don't go that dark. I see, Dante would probably say to Virgil, I see both of them in you. So yeah. Nip3, what's up, Deno? Would Devil May Cry, what would Devil May Cry, I just said that. What would Devil May Cry say to DMC alternate reality Dante? Be like, it's kind of cool, but dude needs to stay off the drugs. Dude needs to stay off the drugs, man. Like you see what he looks like he's getting off drugs, so like that. And he would probably say to Dante would probably say to him, why are you smoking? Dude, get off the cigarettes. Like, why are you smoking? You don't need to smoke. I don't smoke. Like, Dante don't smoke, How would I know you don't like DLC, so but have you played? Yeah, I have, but it's just like the problem is my problem with the DMC game that Ninja Theory made is that they advertised it as being this is the reboot of the Devil May Cry series. And like I said before, it's just like to anybody who remembers the original series, loves the original series, it's like almost like somebody just literally comes up to you. It's like somebody coming up to you, smacks you in the face or spits on you and be like, and walks away and almost like, yeah, he ain't gonna do a damn thing about it. Somebody spit in my face or slap me, yo. You're eating the concrete. That's how that felt like to me. That's like a slap in the face of like saying, and I'm supposed to buy this as Dante? Hell no. You know, until it finally came out that this is an alternate reality, it was just like, no, this is not Dante. This is not Dante to me. You know, somebody actually, when I remember when a friend or somebody, a group that I'm in on Facebook, a gaming group, and they were talking about it. It's like, y'all guys got to get on this Devil May Cry game. It's great and love it. And I'm like, and I said to myself, I was like, nothing really is gonna intrigue me enough to buy this game or rent it. It's not even worth my time. And I was like, give me one good reason why. And Danny, this was his response. I said, give me one good reason why I should play this game. All right, y'all ready for this? He said to me, you know why this one out tops the original series? In the beginning of the game, Dante's getting a blowjob. I'm like, I looked at that and I'm like, really? I'm like, really, dude? So the fact that Dante is getting a blowjob, that's gonna make me want to play this game. What kind of shit is that? Like, are you crazy? Like, I don't need that. It's like, no, that's. And I didn't even respond. I just said, I just looked at it and just like shook my head and scratched it like, this guy's an idiot. Like, but other people commented, and I love some of the comments too. It's like, if you want to, I remember one comment, a female gamer, she was like, if that's the plain reason why you think this game is better than the original, go watch fucking porn then. It's like, I laughed at it so hard when she said that. It was so funny, and I'll never forget her name because it was almost the same response I would have gave her. Her name was Allison Chambers, Allison Chamberlain. Allison Chamberlain. I was like, thank you so much, because that made no damn sense. Only an idiot would say some stupid shit like that. But I play, and it's not that bad, but it's just that it's like, look, when you played a series for so long and you instantly change it and then make us want to get interested. No, that don't work for me. See what Ed Boon did with the Mortal Kombat series? That works for me. I'm a more hardcore Mortal Kombat fan. Grew up with that series. It's part of my childhood. But he changed it so gradually, and when he came to 9, it still made you feel like, okay, this is still Mortal Kombat. It wasn't morely a fully rebooted. This, they advertise as being a full reboot. And now what I've heard is that now Capcom wants to go back to the original Dante and things like that. So, yeah, you know what it is. Thunder King, Zach, what up, Zach? Are you excited for the Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition? Yeah, you know, but I really wish Capcom stops doing stuff like this. Stop making these new editions of games that already came out. Let's get to we'll start working on the next sequel, you know, to these games. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be good to play with Trish and things like that. Favorite Devil Arms weapon in the games? I never really had a favorite weapon. I liked them all. They were all cool. You know, hell, you know, some of my interest ones that are pretty just so intriguing to me is I'm forgetting the name of it, but it's the guitar that can turn into like a Sith. a scythe. I thought that was cool. I love the two blades that could talk as well from Devil May Cry 3. The fire and ice blade, those were cool. Dante had some cool weapons. I love that, like the chakram, blade. It was cool. Those are cool stuff. Yeah. And last but not least, the question, uh, the Jewett Dragon Juan, my friend Juan. Hey Juan, how you doing? You had 4 questions. I only said 2 for the announcement vid, but I'll answer. I'll allow it because I answered everybody else's questions that had like 4 or 5 questions in one question, so I'll answer it. Do you think we'll see see the real Dante again? Yes, I do. If there is a real Devil May Cry, if there is a real Devil May Cry 5, or should a new, or say a Devil May Cry 6, will it be the real sequel to the mid, or be a mid prequel or something? I would want it to be maybe a sequel or so. I don't maybe because or mid prequel, because in Devil May Cry 2, the last one that's really kind of chronological as the last one for Dante, he's in the demon world now. So I'm like, okay, what does this mean? So yeah, I don't mind with that. Which sequel would be which sequel to 4, but to 2 were the way to find out Nero's late. Nero, you find out Nero is somewhat related to Virgil and Dante in the novels, in the Devil May Cry 4 novel, and that it's hinted in the novel, but then it's confirmed by one of a Capcom official at one of the expos, one of those Captive expos. I think it was the 2099 Capcom Captive Expo. It was announced there. So yeah. So those are the questions. So those are all the questions I got from the announcement vid. Let us see what we have in store for the. And why am I talking with a Russian accent? I do not know. I don't know, comrade. But I do like it. No. Let's see what we got here. And my friend Kat, Comic Uno, is right. It's sometimes hard. You gotta moderate your own questions at times. You're moderating your questions. All right. All right. What we have here. Okay. Douglas Russell says to me, order of the Devil May Cry franchise go Devil May Cry 3. Yeah, I was right. The manga, or the manga Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Awakened, Devil May Cry the novels, Devil May Cry the anime, and Devil May Cry 4. Something like that. Yeah, pretty much like I said. Let's see what we have here. Would you ever want to see? Oh, this is from Omnitron. Would you ever want to see a full-on crossover between the Devil May Cry, and Resident Evil, kind of a supernatural meeting science kind of thing? You know what? I wouldn't put it past them, because the way Resident Evil goes now, it's not even horror. It's more biological weapons than zombies and things like that, especially in 6. So I still think Capcom, you ought to take Cliff Brzezinski up on his offer. Give him a call. He says he can help kind of fix Resident Evil. Give him a call. Like, yo, he could have something. Hear him out. I'm trying. What are your opinion on how people ship are supposed to be opinion people? People shit on Dante and Trish. I never really hear a lot of people shit on Trish and Dante. I really don't. If I vaguely see anybody say, you know, useless characters, you know, too overpowered, things like that. I've always heard nothing but positive things about Dante. Like, man, that's a dude I would love to hang out with. Things like that. I never really hear people, you know, say, you know, bad things. You know, the only thing I ever hear about Trish is hearing more of her backstory. Like, they would want a real game about her backstory. So yeah, and why she took on the face of Dante's mother. Okay, yeah, glad. Black Doggy Claw, what up? What were Dante? What were Dante's opinions be on the Devil Make? Oh, the DMC Virgil and DMC uh, Dante. Like I said, in seeing his alternate reality self, I think, like I said, he would look at and be like, stay off the drugs. Because let's face it, alternate reality Dante looks like he's on drugs. He looks like he's just gotten out of rehab, or he just went into rehab. He's gotten off of it. I know he would not approve of the smoking, because he's like, Dante don't like to smoke. He don't like that. As for alternate reality Virgil, I think he'd be like, hey, this one's kind of like this one a little bit, you know. Next question. I could see Dante and Johnny Blaze sharing a beard. Yeah, definitely. How would you feel about Nero? How do you feel about Nero? Love Nero. I thought Nero was cool. I thought he was cool. Johnny Young Bosch doing the English dub voice. I thought it was great. It fit him. Johnny Young Bosch. I think the characters he's voiceover fit him well. Fits his voice definitely. So I thought it was great. I thought he was cool. You know, I automatically, even before reading the novels and everything like that, I automatically said, yo, he's related to Dante and Virgil somehow. No way he's not related to them. I loved his the Red Queen, his sword. Like I said, I love that rev up mode he had. Like, he could rev it up. You know, his devil enhancement came from his arm, so I thought it was cool. So yeah, it was cool. I thought Nero was cool. Dante versus Inuyasha versus uh, Yusuke. Yusuke. Uh, we're talking about Yusuke, uh, the demon, when he became the demon. Oh shit, that's hard to say. Mm, well, that's a hard one. I got no answer to that. That's a hard one. That's hard. Scotty Showman. Hey, how you doing? Isn't it isn't it awesome using Dante, uh, Chris and Deadpool and Marvel vs. Capcom, and using that three-way super. I have never used those three together. Might have to use them together. Thanks you for the. I might have to use them. Uh, I have used Dante and Virgil together. I thought putting them together and having them use that, you know, bang, 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 and them doing it's pretty cool. But I never used Chris and all of them together. I got to check that out. I think that's a cool, interesting. Uh, let's see. Um, Let me see. Oh God, I'm getting, like I said, hard sometimes monitoring vids sometimes, but you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Question number. Okay, Omnitron. If 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 they remade DMC to be more like a survival horror, would it be more grounded? Dante on the level of John Constantine? Do you think that would be a cool way to do the reboot? All right, if they really did a true reboot and Dante felt more like Constantine, you know, where he's not fully aware of his demonic side, and more of a survival horror. I can't see that too much of a survival horror in terms of Dante feeling that vulnerable. I can't see Dante feeling that vulnerable. Like if they were to do a Devil May Cry reboot, I would want it to be more of a real, true Devil May Cry. I would want it to feel more like Grimm. Yes, that's the way to go with Dante. That's the way to go with, yes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. That's the way to go with a true Devil May Cry. I'm not against your idea, Omnitron, but I definitely feel that's the true way to go with a Devil May Cry true reboot. The elements of the Grimm series. All the people out there that watch Grimm, like myself, love that series. Good series. Can't wait till the next season. That's how I would go for a more grounded Dante, where he is just becoming aware of his demonic side, where he's using it against demons wherever he is. You know, I take Dante as a cop, like a detective, and then he's getting introduced to this demonic world where he's starting to see things. He's starting to see things, and like somebody comes to him maybe and tells him, "Do you know who you truly are?" I wouldn't say that somebody is related to him. I would keep Virgil out of it for now, but I would more keep it to maybe Sparta sacrificing himself, but keeping the demon world from taking over, and he sacrificed himself to and gave his last will and testament was for Trish, a mysterious woman known as Trish, to protect the twins. However, something came aloft. Trish gave Dante to one orphanage and gave Virgil to another orphanage. And you see where I'm going at? And then she was able to track down Dante, and he's pretty much, like I said, he's a defender, but a law-abiding defender, and he starts seeing things like his demonic powers are starting to truly awaken now, and he's starting to see things and he's starting to see things, and the demon world are starting to become aware of them. Him and Virgil, their demonic powers are starting to, and they're aware of it now. Once they became of age, their demonic powers became so aware that that's the way I would go with a reboot. But I'm not against your idea as well. But the survival horror meaning kind of like you don't have any weapons, you don't have this, but you're vulnerable. I can't see Dante or Virgil being vulnerable. Robbie Reyes, what's up? Hey, uh, how do you feel about what's your opinion on how people pair Dante and Trish in a romantic sense? I I don't like it. Who asked that? Omnitron. I don't like it really, Omnitron, because it's like Dante is dating his mother. It's like you guys realize that Trish is a demon, a humanoid demon, but she took on Dante and Virgil's mother's likeness. So it's like, how would you feel? It's like you're dating a woman that looks like your mother, but you can't see it. But everybody else, all your friends seeing it's like, dude, you're kissing your mom, and not just hi, thanks, mom. I love you, mom. Kissing her lovingly as a son would do. But no, you're kissing her in that manner of, this is my girl, and this is the one I'm with. This is who I'm laying the pipe to, and stuff like that. It's like, no, that stuff like that's like, oh, wait, ooh, no, 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 no. Now, I love seeing when people do artwork of Dante and Bayonetta. I'm like, ooh, yeah, that'll work. Something like that. Like I said, I would see more of even Lady, Mary, coming around and wanting to get with Dante and be like, yeah, that's the way I would go, because at least she's not, looking like Dante's mother. I'm not. It's like, man, y'all guys got some fetishes right there. That's some hardcore taboo shit right there. Like, no, I can't see that. That's that's just how it is for me. Like, no way indeed where I see that. At all. It's like, So we are at nearly the 2-hour mark, almost, guys. Thank you guys for the questions. You guys can keep them coming up. I'll probably wrap this up in a few minutes. But like I said, anything that pertains to the Devil May Cry universe, I will answer. And damn it, I knew I got some questions on Twitter, because I know they were on my Facebook. Okay. Hassan, let me just, Vertigo Hasina, Vertigo Hasina, at Vertigo Hasina 1996, asks me, have you read the Devil May Cry comics? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I have read the Devil May Cry comics. I have the Devil May Cry comics. I'm not going to go over there and look for them. They're somewhere over there. I'm still boxing on my comics, guys. But yeah, I've read them, enjoyed them. Definitely. Your next question is, wait. Your next question is, can Dante lose his demonic powers like Inuyasha? Excuse me. It seems that unlike Inuyasha, Dante doesn't lose his demonic powers on a full moon or not, because there have been plenty of times there have been full moon and he's fully has his demonic powers. So no, no, he can't. I don't think so. Can Dante be killed? I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying that he can't be killed. Vertigo. Can I just call you Hasami? I'm just gonna call you Hasami. I don't think they can. I'm not saying that he can't be killed, but we've seen this guy stabbed, shot, electrocuted, got a scratch on him, heals fast. I mean, he pulled the bullet when he was shot by Lady. pulled the bullet right out of his head and just walked away. I was like, women. It's like, God damn, like, yo, how do you kill this guy? Like, he pulled his own sword out of his chest. I mean, he had, I don't care if it even if it wasn't in the hilt, all the way up to the hilt. It was impaled through his chest cavity, then got electrocuted. Trish picks up her motorcycle, throws it at her. All he does is look up, flips out his ebony and ivory, and shoots the motorcycle. It blows up. He walks out of the flames, not a singe on him. Pulls the blade out, throws it down, and is like, yo, what the hell? Like, so it's gonna take some mighty fine, great warrior or somebody of demonic strength to kill him. And unfortunately, we haven't seen that too much. We haven't seen that at all. So thank you for those questions on Twitter, because I put my feed on my Twitter, and people are following it as well. So I guess people are watching it from there and asking questions. I got another one. Too Short at Too Short 59. How you doing? I'm a huge Devil May Cry fan myself, and I've been wanting to see a new Devil May Cry game for a while now. Do you think it's past time? Do you think it's too late to bring out a new game following the original Prime universe, or core universe? Thank you. Hope you answered my question. Thank you. Thanks again, and I'm enjoying the show so far. Oh well, thank you. I'm hoping I'm glad you're enjoying the show. I don't necessarily think it's too late to enter a new game in the core universe, the real universe. I don't think so at all. I think it could be done. It should be done. I would love to see it be done. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, definitely. I have a few more Twitter questions, but I'll get back to the Twitter questions next. Let me go back to the questions here on the live feed. Let me see. Bear with me, guys. Like I said, I'm moderating my questions. I don't have a moderator. Nobody's moderating them for me and saying such and such left this question. So here we go. Let's see. Hey, Devin. I said hi to Robbie Reyes, Mr. Reyes, Robbie Rodriguez. Omnitron, you asked me if Raven from DC met. What do you think they? Oh, I talked about this earlier about that. So yeah, go back a few and you'll see what I talked about pretty much. Oh, okay. If they met, but you can go into more. What do you think they get? You think they get along given Raven's personality? Yeah, like I said, I talked all about this. Like I said, I'll answer it again. I don't mind answering question more than once, maybe twice or thrice. Like I said, Dante would understand a little bit of Raven's personality in terms of why she acts the way she does, as well as, but he would also understand, like, look, my father was a demon, your father's a demon. The differences, but we definitely have some differences. My father turned against the demon world in terms of trying to take over and defended the world against them. Your father is I can clearly hear it right now. Your father is a complete dick, and I would go after him if, and he wants you to follow in his footsteps. I think Dante would say, don't deny your demonic heritage, but kind of embrace it and use it as fuel and energy to take down, you know, such and such. So that's how I feel Dante. Like I said, Dante can be he has that sense of humor, but he also can be serious too. He can be serious. Let's see what else questions we had. Bambi Bumper. Yo, what's up? One love, peace and love. How you doing? More questions, and I'll go back to the Twitter questions because I have 4 more up there that I'm looking at right now on my Twitter. Nipfree, you say, Daniel, you actually, there are 2 guys in Devil May Cry that I could see beating Dante, and that is Virgil and Nero. Well, so keep it in the bloodline. I guess so, yeah. There's probably some others, but Dante and Virgil have gone back and forth with each other. There's sometimes we've seen Virgil sometimes have the upper hand, and then Dante has had it, but it's there. John Nethertone. I hope I'm saying your name right. Dante versus Doctor Strange. What would happen? That's a tough one because Strange has got all that power. So basically, it's the son of Sparta versus the Sorcerer Supreme. That's what we're talking here. And look, I'll put it like this: if Dante could battle, and no, not Dante. If Doctor Strange can battle the likes of Dormammu, Shamagath, Nightmare, Mephisto, and a whole slew of other demonic characters, then yeah, I think he could handle Dante. And I think he could. Not saying that but I don't think they would fight, you know, in the sense of like, hey, you know, it'd be a misunderstanding. But you know, because Dante's just that cool, laid back guy. You're just like, yo, are we really fighting? You know, he's like I say, he's like a guy you would want to have a beer with. It's just like, I want to have a beer with this guy. You know, you just would love to hang out with this guy. You would like, I want to hang out with you in the day and the life of Dante, just one day. All right, so let me go to these questions back on Twitter on my phone right here. Greetings, all the way from London. Whoa, yeah, I got a London. Man, you're up pretty late. Yeah, you're up late. Damn, because it's like what time in England right now? I want to pronounce your name right. At Red Scyther. Red Scyther. At Red Scyther. That's your name. Okay. Red Scyther. All right. Greetings all the way from London, England. Okay. Like I said, I believe it's a 6-hour difference. So it's pretty late over there. And I appreciate you staying up late to watch the show, my Q&A. I'm a follower of you on Twitter, so I am one of your followers. But my question is, hold on. Wait. Okay, I'm reading this right. Okay, let me make sure I'm reading. What is your favorite Dante Devil May Cry clone game? Oh, okay, you're talking about, like I said, Devil May Cry is the beginning of the subgenre extreme combat, meaning overly powered, superpowered, the superpowered protagonist battling hordes of villains by his or herself and doing these super attacks and everything like that. You got those extreme combat games. Games like uh, I guess you could put Ninja Gaiden in there, but I won't. Especially the new versions of them, but not kinda. But Ninja Gaiden's been out for years, so I'm not even gonna go there. But games like God of War, look at that. Your hordes of enemy are coming at you, and you're fighting them off. Uh, Dante's Peak. Remember that game where the knight who has that bloody cross on him, who you beat up on death. You make death quiver in fear. That's that's similar. Heavenly Sword is another one, and there's more. But then of course Bayonetta. Out of those, Crimson Scyther, yeah, I would have to say Bayonetta. Definitely is my favorite of like the Dante clones, the Devil May Cry clones. Like I said, her and Dante would make that would make a good couple. Now they would make a good couple. Yeah. Am I right, guys, on that one? Dante and Bayonetta couple. How would you like that? Yay or nay to that one? I'd like to hear some answers on that one. Yay or nay? Next up, next questions come from Brian Hutcherson Jr. at Son of Light 85. Hey Brian. First question. What country does Devil May Cry take place in? Good question. They've never really went into detail about the world. Like they've said like the worlds are like Mullet Island and certain things like that. But like you're talking about a country. Like I said, the Devil May Cry universe, the worlds look a little bit very European, Eastern European, Brian, where pretty much it looks like Prague or something like that. If it was me doing a reboot Devil May Cry game or something like that, I would probably have Dante in Prague, like, because Prague has that, it has that very core element of old meets new. Prague is like it's like one of the oldest cities in Europe, and a lot of it hasn't changed since. So Prague could be used as a setting point for Devil May Cry. So I would really go with Prague, definitely, Brian. Your next question is, will we ever see a live action Devil May Cry movie? Oh boy. Shit. All right. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hopefully we don't. Unless they do it where it's kind of digital, like what they've been doing with like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and things like that. Because let's face it, video games and Hollywood or everyone have not meshed well. Hollywood is has gotten the comics meshing pretty good, but video game wise, not so much. You talk about look at somebody will say, well, you pull out the Resident Evil series out of your, you pull it out and say, yeah, well, look, that's been selling well. That's made over billions of dollars and things like that. And yeah, I will agree with you. Yes, I've looked at the Resident Evil franchise as a whole and how much money it's made. Yes, it's made quite a lot of money. However, and me and my brother, we were joking about it last night. We talked about it last night, and just like we were like, as much as we like Mila Jo, but her character outshines all the other real main characters of the Resident Evil series. And we even said it like we would be like to her husband, damn it, Paul. Like, you know, like, stop making her look so better than the likes of Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine and Claire Redfield. And hell, even Ada Wong. I was like, she made Ada Wong look like a goat herder compared to, I'm like, you crazy? Like, this is Ada Wong. You know, who else? Leon Kennedy. It was like they're in this game, they're in these movies, but they're second-rate characters. And it's so my feeling on and I say I'm jumped the gun on that, right? And I kind of diverge to a different point, but my comment is like, unless it's done by the people who created it, like who, you know, created it, and they have the control, creative control, and not some hoity-toity, you know, production coming out just like, oh, this is a good friend, we can do this, blah blah blah, and we're gonna make money on it. No way. You know, just throw some half-ass shit together. No, if you're gonna do it, you gotta look at the core essence of the franchise and look at it like, okay, this is Dante. He's not, because the way I keep looking at it is the way they would do Dante, Hollywood, and I swear to you, this is probably how they would do it. If Hollywood got their whole, they would mold Dante directly after Blade, where he's a brooding demon hunter, and I'm like, you're missing the goddamn point. He's not a brooding demon hunter. No, do not make him like that. That is, so if they're not doing it by the essence of, they're not letting the people who create it have the creative control, I'm not, no, don't even bother. If they do another animated series or an animated movie, I can go with that. I can take that. You know, I'll take it because I enjoyed the Resident Evil animated movies. I'll take those. And I enjoyed the Final Fantasy animated movie. Yes. And I'm talking about Advent Children. Yes. But no, not at all. The only way I would maybe accept Hollywood touching the Devil May Cry series is if it's the people kind of who brought you Supernatural. Maybe then I would say, okay, all right. But still, they would need to look at the core element of Devil May Cry and get it down pat. That's how I look at it. Or the people that brought you Angel and Buffy and Grimm and all that stuff. You know, okay. What else, Brian? You asked me. Hold on. Why was Devil May Cry 2 so easy? I have no idea. I think personally, my opinion on why it was so easy is because as much as the first game was a critical hit, was a home run from the get-go, I think one of the things I've heard from a lot of people is that the game was so fucking hard. Even on normal was hard. And I know a lot of people to this day who still have not beaten that first game. So I think they really wanted to give people a sense of, okay, accomplishment, like, here, you could beat that game. So yeah. But like I said, I could care less for Lucia, the other female character. We look, we don't even hear from her anymore. It's like, that's how like bad she was in a sense. I was like, yeah, that don't work for me. Not at all. All right. Got a few more questions. I'll get to those next, but let me just get to the comments, and we are at the hour and a half. We are almost at the hour and a half mark. It is 10:13 here on the East Coast, here in New York. So I'm been on pretty good long. So I'm still going. I'm gonna try to wrap this up. Do you think it's ironic that Nero and do you think it's ironic that Nero and Ichigo Kurosaki share a lot similar characters and have the same English actor and actor boy. No, not really. Like I said, Johnny Yun Bosch, I thought did a great job voicing both characters. It suited the character. The voice suited the characters they were playing. I don't really think it's ironic. I think just he has that voice that has, strong young man. Go with it. Bam. There you go. I know there was another question. I'm probably. Let me go to. I'm gonna go to the spam real quick because I have a strong feeling there's probably a lot of spam questions that are getting spammed because I've had that once before. So I've had that once before. So we're gonna see. I want to see if there's any spam questions. But I've had that before. Once I did it before, people were asking me, "You didn't answer my questions," and I checked, and I was like, "Oh shoot, I found out they were spammed." Let's see. And let me see. Okay. Okay. Nothing spam. I don't think so. Dante in space. Does that idea speak to you? Dante in space. That'd be kind of interesting. Are we talking Dead Space, like that world? Because that'd be interesting for Dante to see him deal with that. Never really fully sat down and played the Dead Space games, but man, but still, once again, that's kind of a uh, uh, survival game where, like I said before, I can't really see Dante in a survival horror type game because I can't see Dante being that vulnerable. But Dante in space, I'd take it. I'd see what that'd be kind of interesting, like to see where the half demon goes. Well, the half demon where boldly go where no half demon has gone before. Yeah, that'd be cool. If Devil May Cry was in the States, I would see Dante's home base being in Salem, Massachusetts. Salem, I could see it there. There's a couple of cities or states I can see Dante working, or just where the Devil May Cry, his office would be. I definitely take Salem, hence because of Salem, the witch trials and everything like that. It works there. Definitely New York. Sorry, yes, Dante in New York. L.A. definitely in L.A. For some reason, I say Seattle. I could definitely see Seattle. And last but not least, Dante in Nolans. Fuck yeah. You want to go supernatural? Let's go Nolans. Yeah, I can see Dante and Nolans. So I hit each corner. See, so I hit East Coast. I hit West. I hit Northwest. We hit kind of Northeast with New England, and we hit the South. Yeah, maybe Atlanta too. I'd take Dante there, but yeah, definitely there. So yeah, I think there was some more questions. I just saw some pop up. I got alerted that you got some messages on you for your vid. So I'm ready. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh crap. Sorry. Wrong question. That was it. How it was supposed to go. Damn it. I know there was some questions. I saw it. I seen it. Don't play with me. Don't fool with me now. Okay. No, I saw some questions from Devin before Omnitron. I got it. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Bam. All right, we are at 10:19. We're still good. All right. Before I get back to the, I still have. Let me make sure. I still had two more sets of questions on Twitter from. So I wanted to get to those before. About to wrap this up and soon. But here we go. Okay, here we go. Devin, you ask. Shadow Goth Ryu, you ask. I know it's here. Okay. Okay. I don't know if you've answered my questions already, but I have an extra question for you. I have answered the question you asked on a comment vid, Devin, but like I said, you can continue to ask more. That's just the announcement vid. Once again, guys, is for those who can't make the live event. I'll answer it there, and then you could go back and watch when this gets put up. But if you can make it, yeah. Okay. Your question is, what is your opinion on Devil May Cry? I know probably touched on it a little bit, but in my opinion, I thought you thought what? I know it's you thought. Yeah. Okay, let me see. All right. Oh crap, man, damn! I got a bunch. All right, see now I'm getting a bunch. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. Shadow Goth, you ask. I don't know. Okay, what is your opinion on Devil May Cry? Probably touch on it again. What are your opinion on? I thought it was okay. Dante's character direction was a little off to me the first time I played it. But when I read the Devil May Cry 2 novel, the game grew on me over time. And as for Lucia, she was all right. Laugh not laugh. Yeah, once again, like I said, Devil May Cry. Once again, I think on terms of why it was so easy was because of fans were kind of nitpicking at why the last game was so hard. Like, Dante's personality definitely in the character direction in the real last game of Dante was a lot like, whoa, like, man, why is he so mellow? It's like where's that witty, humor that we're known for Dante? Now he's dead serious. It's like none of this witty banter no more. Like I said, I don't hate the game. I just feel like that's my least favorite, and I would probably not play it again ever. Probably won't. Lucia, I was just like, whatever. Like, I didn't care. I just like, and notice she has not been brought up again. Like, or even used in other games. Like, here, play with Lucia and like play with this character in a Marvel vs. Capcom game. No, she hasn't been brought up again. It's nobody cares, you know. Hellboy, Omnitron UX, Hellboy and Dante team up to fight Alucard. Who wins? Oh my God. Jesus. All right, I'm gonna answer this, and then I'll answer those last two pair of questions on Twitter. Okay. First off, Hellboy and Dante, and we're talking them at full power. They're using their full demonic powers against a fully powered Alucard, full powered. He's gonna love it though. He's gonna love it to death because Alucard loves. If you fight at your full strength, yeesh, you know he loves that. That's where he gets. If you're not fighting it, he hates it, and he's just gonna hurt you because you're not. He can't enjoy it. Maybe I might say maybe Alucard. Maybe I don't want to play favorites, you know, but yeah, it'll be a tough fight. Even when you got two full power demons. One's fully a full demon, the other's a half demon, but it's a half demon on a different level. It's like, God damn. So now we move on to these Twitter questions. All right. Terrence Rucka. Hashtag. Oh, that's it. Terrence Rucka. Rucka. Let's see, say it. Asks me the question of Dante meets D. Woo! Good question. Love it. I love it. That is another crossover. That is the worst crossover I would ever want to see. Screw it. I love it. Yes. D and Dante crossing over. Oh, man. As much as I would love to see Dante and Ryu Hayabusa crossover, I would love to see a Devil May Cry and Vampire Hunter D crossover. Ooh. I think they would get along really well but Dante would also say, dude, you got a talking hand. Like, dude, that's. I think also Dante would be like, dude, you remind me of a badass vampire Zorro. It's something like that, you know. But I think they would get along pretty well. Next up, last Twitter question comes from Jay. That's Jay with 3 A's. Jay Spectre? Is that how you say it? Jay Spectre. Hashtag, yeah, Jay Spectre. Okay. Who would you want Dante? Okay, name a excuse me, getting tipped. Name a character from the Marvel and DC universe Dante you would want to see Dante have a child with. Okay, so we're talking female, right? Okay. Okay, we'll start Marvel. Dante and Mm, I'll say Gamora. There you go. Dante and Gamora, I think, could work pretty damn well. Dante and Gamora, I think, could work pretty well. I think their child would be badass. DC wise, Dante and Lady Shiva. Holy shit. Woo! Demonic powers and a badass martial artist that would know martial arts that are long dead. Fuck. Yeah, there you go. So thank you for the questions to all those people. And I was glad to know that I have somebody watching from another, not just another state, another country, and a country that's, you know, it's early in the morning, I think, over there. So it's pretty cool. All right, so we are almost there. I'm gonna get ready to wrap this bad boy up. It is now 10:30 here on the East Coast. So let's see. All right, so basically, guys, I say this to you. Start asking. Put your last questions now. Put them now because I'm gonna wrap this up in a few. I'm gonna wrap this up. So start putting your questions now. So start putting them now so I wrap it up. Because I'm gonna wrap it up soon. All right, let's see. We have let me see. Oh, okay. Uh Omnitron, 1, 2, 3. Dante meets Ash Williams. How long before Ash shoots him with the boomstick? Also, one side question: what do you think of the Ash Evil Dead series coming? Okay. I'll answer. Well, would Ash shoot Dante with his boomstick? And I don't know. I think he would get along pretty well with Dante because Dante would be like, "Look, I'm maybe half demon, but I'm not a deadite like these guys." And I think even with that, Dante's gonna brush it off. He'd probably start spitting out the buckshot like, dude, I'm gonna be shitting out buckshots now. As for the next question, I really wasn't gonna, but yes, save that question, Omnitron, for Thursday because I have a special another Q&A coming up where I'm just gonna answer your standard questions. It's just it's just a special that I'm doing. So yeah, save that one. So I will remember that question. You're asking me about the Evil Dead series coming on Stars. Oh yeah, Stars, right? Yeah. So I'll remember it. So I'm gonna save that one. Okay, Chris. Here's your question. I just wanted and I had an idea about how would Dante handle vampires? The same way everybody handles vampires: gut them, kill them. Because we never, you know what? It's kind of interesting to ask that because we never seen Dante really deal with vampires. He doesn't deal with vampires. He's always just dealing with demons. But vampires are demons, kind of. So yeah. I would like to see them. I mean, would Dante turn if he got bit by a vampire? I'm not sure. But I think he'd deal with the same way that everybody deals with vampires. Cut their heads off, stab them in the heart, shoot them, burn them, you name it. It's go time. Hey, Chris. Hey, Nathan. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. Shadow Garfield, what would you like to see in the real Devil May Cry 5? I just mentioned that earlier in the vid, Shadow Garf, so you can go back and rewind it, and you hear what my idea, a pitch I had for Devil May Cry 5, and what I would want. So yeah. Nib3UX, I know it would never happen, but I would like to see Devil May Cry and Capcom and Castlevania. Yeah, but now the way Konami is going now with their stuff, it will never happen. Nivri said, "Oh God, I would love to see Dante and Buffy have a kid." Well, Buffy does like, demonic characters, but yeah. So that'd be cool too. Oh yeah. Let me see. Going down the line. Uh, Going down the line. What'll it be? uh, what'll it be? What'll it be? I'll even, I'll tell you about the thing later. Okay. What'll it be? My pencil feels so fresh all day. Oh god. All right, let's see. I think I got. Okay. I now want to see Dante fighting werewolves. Uh, Dante fighting werewolves would kind of be as similar to him fighting a vampire. I think the werewolves would be highly outmatched. Unless it's a werewolf like Jean Talbot, then I'll say, okay, maybe. But just regular werewolves, yeah, look for dead wolves. Dead wolves walking. I can see it now. Dante gets surrounded by wolves, by werewolves. He looks around, looks to his left, looks to his right, looks behind him, looks in front of him. Probably go, I got a milk bone. Anybody want it? that's exactly something like I can see Dante saying. Uh, Nevin from is a female vampire, but yeah, I would like to see an individual vampire. Yeah, she was kind of a Nivian was kind of a vampire, but yeah, we're talking about blood sucking. I'm not sure. Um, Let me see. Now my phone turned off. What the hell? See, my phone is being on to check my Twitter now, and I know I just got a message from Twitter. All right, I forget the phone. I'll just look on the web. Okay, it's from Hassan again. Dante meets uh Dante meets who? Oh, Kate Beckinsale's character from Underworld. Oh, ooh, that'd be cool. Man, that'd be. What was her name? Come on. Alice? No, yeah, Alice. Yeah, I think that was the name. I think. Correct. No, I'm trying to remember her name. But Kate Beckinsale's character from Underworld, if Dante met her, it'd be interesting. Be an interesting crossover. Would they mesh well or would they not mesh well? Uh, how would they react to each other? Would it be like a cat and mouse game? You know, especially for Dante, like, hey, the vampire woman's kind of cool. I like her. I got to get to know her better. You know, probably play a song like "I Want to Get to Know You." That could be something fun. Or I could see Dante pulling a John Cusack with the and going like this with the radio. It's just, like, oh man, that'd be funny. I'm sorry, I gotta laugh at that one, guys. That's too funny not to. Um, oh man, that was funny. I got a good laugh out of that one. Well, it looks like that is all the questions I got. And how many people are watching this? Because I really appreciate the people who watch. Let's see, how many people were watching? 8 people. Okay, that's fine. I don't. Alrighty then. Let me make sure. All right. Oh, here we go. Dante meeting Rain from Blood Rain would be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool too. That'd be really cool. That'd be cool too. Because they're kind of like similar too. Like, but other than that, guys, I think that's gonna just about do it for me today. I want to thank everybody that came out and watched this live Q&A for my theme Q&As. Enjoy doing these theme Q&As. What's June's theme? Well, I said it in the last Q&A, so you just got to go back to watching it. I don't want to spoil it again. But I said it what June's Q&A will be, theme Q&A. But also, stay tuned once again live. Whoops, damn. Stay tuned live again Thursday. Probably. I'll probably do it. Maybe probably the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, or maybe put it back another hour. No, matter of fact, Thursday I will. Thursday, be here. Another Q&A. I'm doing another Q&A special. Another Q&A. Just pretty much just a Q&A. Just to have fun. This time, guys, you can ask me all the questions you want for that Q&A. Keep them coming. It's just going to be a Q&A session where I'm just going to, it'll be 10 p.m. Eastern time. 10 p.m. Eastern time, where I'm just going to ask, you just ask me all the questions you want. So I will remember Omnitron, that question you asked me about what is my thoughts on the Evil Dead series that's coming to Stars. I'm going to answer that. This time it doesn't have to apply to any question that the theme doesn't have to apply to a theme, but it can just apply to anything you want. So there will be another Q&A. I put it on my Twitter. You're going to get a double dose of Q&A from me this week. A Q&A special. The theme Q&A, which is today, and then Thursday, Thursday, you'll get the another Q&A from me, just to have fun. But that one, it doesn't have to stick to another theme. It'll just be any question you want. So hope you guys come off for that one as well. But other than that, oops, let me just see. But other than that, like I said, guys, this is the Mount Vernon Kid, or you guys, most of you guys know me by my real name, Chris. As always, stay tuned. Peace. One love. Stay tuned. I said that twice. I'm getting my catchphrase messed up. Okay, let's do that again, shall we? Take two. This is Mount Vernon Kid saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real. As always, this is the M.V.K High Lord of New York. Take care. I will see you guys next time. Y'all have a good week.